So first, just a little update. We're moving forward on buying a house. So we will be homeowners, hopefully, within the next 6 months, which is when our lease will be up. Actually, no, 5 months when our lease will be up. So that's awesome. The dogs will be very happy because they'll have a yard to play in. And I'm really excited about that. But that is not what I'm talking about today. What I was going to talk about today is the difference between my birth family and my husband's birth family. Birth family. Okay, yeah. Mangled that. Anyway, my husband's family has their issues. Every family does. There are some members of his family that aren't the most stand-up of citizens, and then there are members of his family that are awesome. I've talked before about how much I love his aunt and uncle. Technically his great aunt and uncle, but how they are two of my favorite people on the entire planet. Well, this story about my husband's family actually is not about them. It's about their grandkids. Well, grandkids. Anyway, last weekend, my husband's computer broke, and we rushed out to buy a new one because his computer is what we use to watch TV and do all of that stuff. We route everything through his computer, so we kind of needed his computer. But it broke, and so we ran out and bought one, even though we really couldn't afford to do so. Then he talks to his cousin, technically like his second cousin once removed or whatever. It's his mom's cousin's child, who said that, bring it over and I'll look at it, because he knows a lot about computers. So the next day, on Sunday, we took our computer over there, and he spent most of his day fixing my husband's computer. Also, because we had to come home to get some parts for it, I took my computer, my old computer, the one that my ex-friend, I guess, made for me when I was in Virginia, over there so he could fix it as well. Oh, actually, I didn't take it over there so he could fix it. I took it over there so that he could use it as a shell should my husband's hard drive be corrupted. If that was the problem, or if it was some other kind of computing issue, basically use this old computer for parts if you need to. Well, he ended up not needing any of the parts from my old computer. Instead, they fixed and wildly upgraded my computer. It went from having, I think, a 1 gigabyte or whatever hard drive to a 1 terabyte hard drive. It now has, I want to say, 8 memory sticks in it, or maybe it's 8 RAM of memory. I don't know. It's a lot. It like quadrupled or more the memory in my computer. It's amazing. Now, it's still not completely operable because it was running on XP, so I have to upgrade it to 7, so then I can upgrade it to 10, because you can't go directly from XP to 10. I found out that by spending an entire day on the internet. So, and XP no longer has service updates, so it's essentially obsolete. I have to upgrade it to 7. Haven't done that yet. But when I have 10 on it, or even when I have 7 on it, or 8, or just some other OS on it, it's going to rock. Now, don't get me wrong. I am completely just happy to have this old computer. It had so much on it that I couldn't access because I had falsely been told by the person who developed the computer, who made it from spare parts, that it sounded like the hard drive was corrupted. Come to find out, there was really nothing wrong with the computer at all. I had fixed it myself. It had a bug in the OS. When I redid the OS, it fixed the bug. But there's really nothing wrong with the computer. It was just crappy because it had a very small amount of basically computing power. The hard drive was small, and it had no RAM, and obviously this created, computing problems. which I'm still grateful for the computer that I was given originally because it was free. It was something that I could use while in Virginia to get off of his computers. So I'm grateful for the one that I had. I'm also very grateful for the upgrades that the cousins did. And I'm not going to name them by name because I don't know how they would feel about being named in this vlog. Not that anyone watches it, but still trying to be considerate. So yeah, one cousin donated all of these excess parts, and then another cousin donated another excess part, and then that cousin put all of the pieces together and worked with it to make sure that it worked. And it was serendipitous that the RAM sticks fit because those tend to be kind of unique. But I'm very happy that I have it, and I'm grateful that they did it. But it's not the computer that matters to me in this situation. It's that without a thought, without a, man, I could sell these parts on eBay, or you know what, I have better things to do with my time than help out, Harry's wife. They barely know me. They haven't known me long, and they barely know me. But they helped me just because I am now a member of their family, because I'm someone who matters a lot to their cousin, and they care about their cousin. We were not charged for the work. We were not charged for the parts, and it's not about the money, because I would have graciously paid him for the labor and the parts. It's that I wasn't asked to do so. It shows such empathy, such sympathy for a tech issue. It just, which we all need in today's age, is our tech. It was compassion. It was generosity. It was kindness. And that's so rare these days. And then the fact that his family, most of his family, has always shown me that. There's never been a question. It's just, you're welcome in our home. All of them have been like, you're welcome. And it's, when we first moved into this apartment, people gave us things. They didn't sell us things. They gave us things. They're like, you guys are in a tight spot, and you need stuff, so here. And it's just, my family doesn't do that. we don't do that for, I do that. I give people things. I try to help people out. I'm a very empathetic person. I try to do my best. But, my family wouldn't have helped. They would have expected, if not payment, it would have been quid pro quo. Well, you did this, I did this for you, so now you have to do this for me. Or I have to do this for you because you did this for me. It's never help is never freely given. And in his family, help is often freely given. I mean, his aunt and uncle wouldn't have to do anything for my husband to go over there and fix his truck, or help him with something. It would just, he just does it because it's his uncle and he loves his uncle, and it's just, wow. When anyone's in the hospital, we're always there to make sure that they're okay and to be there for their family, and it's just, it was not the experience in my family. And so I'm jealous. I am jealous of my husband's family. I'm grateful that I'm now a part of it, but I'm also very jealous, because how different would my life be if I had a family like that, if I had a family that just freely offered help. Nothing in return. See, because in my family, there's always, even if it's not expressly asked for, it's an understood quality that you're going to owe me. Now, people will say, oh no, I'm just doing this out of the kindness of my heart. But then when they ask you for something, if you cannot provide that, there will be guilt. You will be guilted. It'll be thrown up in your face that, oh, well, I did this for you. I mean, his entire family showed up to our wedding. At that time, I was on good terms with my family. They showed up late and left early. My uncles and cousins and aunts that I had invited, that I did have contact with, or I knew how to contact, didn't show up. They didn't call, they didn't send a card. Nothing. Just didn't even matter. And not all of the presents that we got from his family were expensive. But even the stuff that was like, okay, Christmas. He has an aunt who for Christmas generally gives us food. And it's like this homemade cake, homemade brownies, homemade fudge, homemade cookies, kind of food. And it's amazing food, and it tastes awesome, and it's so bad for you because all of the chocolate and the sugar, but oh, it's so good. And I mean, she doesn't go out and buy anything. She doesn't have the money to go out and buy anything, but she does something nice for us. She showed up to see me graduate just because she knew that I didn't have any family that was coming. And, they wanted someone to be there for me. So, I mean, it's so foreign to me. I'm not used to that. So it still throws me off. It's still like, oh, wait, huh? You're going to do this for free just because you want to? Which my next video is also going to be about his family. One member in particular. But anyway, because I'm going to be doing, taping a few of these today to kind of get ahead again. Because I keep getting behind. It's because I have so much on my plate with moving and puppies and yada yada yada. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to cut this short. And then I'm going to make the next one, which you won't see yet, because you could be, if you're watching these, you could be watching these in 20 years and be like, oh, hey, here's this crazy lady who talks about her life. Anyway, so I'm going to go, and I'm going to make the next one, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah. Okay, bye.